There's a weight sitting on your chest, isn't there? A cold, quiet pressure that's not just from the market or deals falling through, but from something deeper, the constant buzz of a world that says you should be enough, should do enough, should play by the rules. But you feel it. The rules don't fit you. They've shrunk your vision, blinded you with false comfort, boxed your fire away behind spreadsheets, boardroom niceties, and the noise of endless best practices. It's exhausting. You've been grinding, hustling, waiting for some breakthrough or validation, but every day the promise feels thinner. The golden opportunity, it's slipping through your fingers. You wonder if this is the best the game has to offer, if all the risk and sacrifice will ever pay off in something real, something lasting. You're stuck between the relentless demands of capital and the desperate need to back something that actually matters, not just another startup story or quick exit. You are not alone in this. The old world of venture is breaking down. Old networks, old contacts, old ways of thinking, they fracture and fail in the face of something new, something raw and fierce pushing from the edges. The center no longer holds the answers. The systems you lean on are crackling, their foundations shifting beneath the weight of outdated ideas and the homogenization of innovation. That comfort you chase? It's a lie. It's a cage disguised in velvet. What's needed now is not fitting in, but breaking out. Not compliance, but rebellion. The rise of a new breed, venture partners who see beyond the spreadsheet, who reject yesterday's assumptions and are ready to author the future on their terms. Imagine for a moment this is the real breaking point, where everything you thought was certain about investing, about partnerships, about leadership and venture capital falls away. Not because the foundations collapse, but because the foundation you stand on is a mirage from the start. What's under you is new terrain, uncharted and fierce. The time and space where radical visionaries collide, where excellence isn't sameness, but difference held in electric tension. This is not about following trends or benchmarks or playing safe. This is about reclaiming the power of your individual will to shape reality itself, to be sovereign in a system that wants to tame you. Look around. Opportunity is leaking out of every crack in the system. The world is too complex for old dogmas. Traditional VC is being pushed to a tipping point by forces that want more than returns. They want impact, truth, and a reset of what's possible. But this isn't happening for the many. It's reserved for the few who refuse to bend to the comfort of mediocrity or the easy narratives of safe bets. The golden era we're entering is for those who are done waiting, done abiding by stale playbooks, done being boxed in, mislabeled, misunderstood by institutions built to process, not create. The first step is brutal honesty with yourself and your ecosystem. Are you ready to shed the comfortable illusions? To stop pretending that the past can hold the future? To step into a role not defined by outdated titles, but by fierce, unyielding autonomy? Because this moment craves the awakened individual, the dissenting partner who questions everything from deal flow to due diligence to the very language of opportunity. Here is where transformation begins. Not by adding more noise, but by cutting through with essence. Not by chasing quantity, but by cultivating synergy among the rare and the ready. Your biggest pain isn't lack of ideas or capital, it's the isolation. The suffocation caused by networks that drift toward sameness, echo chambers that dead end into predictability, and partners who settle for safety at the cost of brilliance. This is why your fire feels so often alone, why your ambitions seem misaligned or misunderstood. The system rewards replication, not rebellion, produces followers, not leaders. But the sharpest edge of progress comes from connection, the brutal, beautiful intersection where rare talents and visions ignite each other into unstoppable force. Imagine a network where those few who burn, founders, investors, leaders who share that restless hunger, actually find each other. Not a scatter of contacts or superficial introductions, but a fiercely curated, autonomous grid of hunters and builders, each a spark that feeds the other's flame. A place where those who have been misaligned discover alignment so powerful that it fractures old realities, where difference isn't a problem, but the source of untapped power, where collaborations don't dilute, but intensify creation. This is not utopia. It's an engineered ecosystem for the exceptional, a new kind of venture network that doesn't scale noise, but amplifies essence. How do you become a part of this? First, you declare sovereignty over your own vision. Your will becomes your weapon. This means ruthlessly questioning every assumption, every rule handed down as gospel. What if the rules holding you back are the very myths disguising opportunity? What if the best practices are a cage preventing you from seeing the radical next step? In this crucible, the critical mind is your first line of defense and offense. Embrace doubt, not as weakness, but as the sharp blade that cuts through complacency and conformity. Next, reject the temptation of short-termism. Patience is your ally in a world obsessed with quick wins and instant growth. The long game isn't boring. It's the fertile ground where revolutions take root. Investing with a view of eternity means building structures and relationships that outlast market cycles, hype, and temporary trends. This is where legendary starts. When others chase the crowd, you position yourself to be the signal in the disruption, the calm in the chaos, the last one standing because you understood time differently. Align with the few who burn as you do. Selectivity is not elitism, it is survival. In a sea of noise and distraction, your power lies in fierce partnerships grounded in shared fire and unyielding trust. You don't need more followers, you need the right partners. Together, those few become a collective force far stronger than any single player alone. Synergy doesn't mean being the same. It means harnessing contrast, connecting differences like the strands of an unstoppable wave. It's brutal, it's beautiful, it's necessary. Here's the core truth. The world as it is doesn't want the exceptional. It tolerates you only if you play small, if you bend to its limited vision of success. But you are here not to survive that system. You are here to blow it apart and build what comes next. Your fire, your vision, and your relentless drive to unlearn and rewrite reality are the tools of this transformation. This is the golden era for venture partners who refuse comfort, those who outright disdain the status quo and bring fierce, unscripted passion into every deal, every decision, every connection. There's no cheat code here, no easy button. This path demands more than capital. It demands courage and clarity, the courage to admit that the world you knew is dying, the clarity to see the new world taking shape in the margins, the overlooked founders, the radical ideas, the diverse perspectives dismissed by mainstream playbooks. This is a revolution fueled not by majority, but by the intensity of the few. Remember, history's great leaps came not from consensus, but from those who dared to burn with difference and create beyond limitations. So what's next? Begin by shifting from being a player in someone else's game to architecting your own. Redefine venture capital from a system of pipes and funnels to a living network of unparalleled individuals, driven by purpose, unafraid to disrupt even their own assumptions. Embrace discomfort as a sign you're moving toward freedom, not away from it. Let the old models crumble. They were never built for your fire. The world is hungry for this kind of leadership, the kind that doesn't just fund the future, but builds the infrastructure for the exceptional to thrive. This is more than a moment. It's a movement quietly gathering power across cities and borders, one fearless venture partner at a time. When you plug into this, you unlock connections and insight that defy the usual logic of returns. You find collaboration where others see competition. You turn isolation into unstoppable alliance. This golden era isn't coming tomorrow. It's here now. But it only belongs to those who seize it with raw intention, who reject the ease of conformity, and choose the hard, rewarding path of becoming truly sovereign. You are not made for small plays or borrowed ideas. You are made for transformation, for creating futures that shake the foundations beneath complacency and fear. Every second you wait is time lost. The power is in your hands to connect, to question, to build beyond the illusion of freedom offered by the old world. So choose to burn, choose to bend nothing, choose to be the rare spark that sets off the new era of venture, not confined by fear or nostalgia, but moving forward with unrelenting will. Your moment is now. The rare are rising. The future is theirs, and yours if you dare.